What's up, Trad Nation? This is
Breaking Trad.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Breaking Trad. I'm Alan.
And I'm Matt.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Brittany.
And everybody bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this evening, huh?
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Even after
Full of
being
energy.
up like till midnight last night doing T-shirts.
Yeah.
I know I was struggling all day today.
I actually didn't struggle a whole lot today, which is odd, but
Only right out the door.
Really?
Like right out, overslept. I had to take kids to school instead of to the bus stop. So
Running out the door trying to be at work on time. Yeah. It's part
that
of
was
it.
a fail.
Okay, so today's guest, one of the coordinators, excuse me. Directors, yes, excuse me. One of the directors of the 2022 Single String Boot Camp, a member of the U.S. 3D archery team that went to Canada in 2019, and the owner and operator of Triple T Strings. Ladies and gentlemen, Trevor Fielder. Trevor, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
Doing really, really good, man.
Super good.
Trevor,
Awesome.
I'm glad you are with us. You think you could help us out for a second?
Go for it.
Okay, so just be patient with us. Today is my wife's birthday, by the way, and she's already granted because she don't want me to say anything, but I think we should collectively come together and sing happy birthday.
All right.
Oh man. Should I bring like the whole family in? We could have the kids sing and everything.
They're actually on their way, so that I'm just stalling right now.
What?
Yeah, they are on their way. They're coming in the door. You just got to give me a minute. I'm trying to stall. So how's business been going with you, man?
Man, it's we're staying busy. I mean, if I could sum it up into one word, busy. Helping a lot of people and very busy.
Oh yeah.
We understand
It's a
that.
good thing.
Yes, for sure. Absolutely.
Busy we are familiar with.
Right. Going nonstop, 90 miles an hour.
Feels
Once
like
I
it. Especially this month. Or this month.
Okay, here we go. All right. Let's go. Bring them in, guys. Come on. File in. Oh, got the cake and everything. Come on in. Pile around.
Bring it in.
Come on.
Oh, they're all in here.
Yeah, pull the door too.
Somebody filming this?
Yes,
Yep.
we're on. It's going to be on
Everybody
YouTube.
get in a camera.
Yeah, find a square. Find. You see, here's the GoPros. Get in on one of them.
Addie's like, I got moms.
Come on, Ash. Right here. There you go. Stand right there.
Oh, Parker should be with
You can get over here with me.
That's okay. Or you can get over there with your mom. Your call.
Yeah,
He's like,
sit in my lap, Addie. Oh God.
Oh,
Sorry.
Here
That
we go.
earthquake.
All right, on the count of three, everybody. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Amanda. Happy birthday to you. All right. Woo. Okay. All right. Thanks,
You're
guys.
singing dingers.
Congratulations, you made it another year.
Right? Thank y'all.
Your cheeks are really red, honey. What's all that about?
Gets everybody.
She's blushing.
All right. Love you guys.
Bless you.
Head out. Get the gummy worm and go.
Oh, they're still in my gummy worms.
Yeah, they are quick. All right, Trevor. Sorry. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for helping us do that.
No problem.
No problem. All right. So you went to Canada in 2019. Can you
We
kind of
did, yeah.
Can you kind of tell us a little bit how that played out for you?
Yeah, so that's a really big honor getting to shoot, represent your country. So that was new for me. Probably the first time I've ever done anything close to that. It was kind of all a whirlwind, man. Going to Canada for my first time, getting there. I knew I was going to have a good time when we got you know how planes are. You can't get to any place just a direct flight. So 2-3 flights later, we're at the final big city, still a couple hours away from our destination, and we had to take a bus. There was a shuttle bus, like a tour bus that picked us all up from the airport, and they just picked up whoever was there. There was one coming every 30 minutes, right?
Right.
So one of my best memories from Canada is this 2.5-hour bus ride from, and gosh, I'm not even going to remember what city we were in, some big city, and we had to drive, to the location where we were going to have the tournament. But we were on the bus with the guys from Argentina, and you have never had more fun than with a group of guys from Argentina. And in 2.5 hours, I feel like I've been to the country. I mean, we learned, they were up in the front of the bus and we were in the back, and they were all drinking out of this cup, just one cup. And I am just a curious person. Like, I just got to know, is this alcoholic? Is this non-alcoholic? What's in this cup? So, I got a culture initiation in my 2.5 hours. And long story short, I drank from the cup too. And it was kind of weird, but it was all pre-COVID. You wouldn't do that now, but
right.
Yeah, it was, we had the best time. I mean, met so many cool archers from other countries. Just as you would expect, some countries kind of look at you funny and some people love you, and almost nobody speaks English, and it was a fantastic time.
Do you think the cup was on purpose? Do you think they were just trying to entice you to partake?
So yeah, not to make it all about this cup, but it's this really cool cultural thing that they have, and they pack it full of herbs, and it's kind of like drinking tea, except they pack it to the brim. It'd be like putting 20 tea bags in one cup and then filling it up with water, and then they kind of pass it around, and it's actually it's like it's a respect thing. If they offer you the cup, you should drink from it, right? So,
right.
Just something they do over there, and it was really cool culture thing for me to learn. I'm, haven't been seeing too many things in my life, so it's kind of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to be able to experience something like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So who all in 2019 was with you on the team there?
Okay, you're gonna make me call everybody. That's tough. I'm just gonna I'm gonna get a majority of them, and I'm gonna forget some people, and I apologize. Dwayne was there.
Uh-huh.
Dwayne Martin, Fawn Gerard was there. We had, Ken Rianis was there. I was actually shooting trad in 2019,
Mm-hmm.
so it was me and Ken Rianis and I can see his face. I knew you'd probably quiz me on something I can't recall.
No,
But,
it's all right. It's all right.
Randy Irvine was there shooting longbow. I honestly don't even remember. Gosh, I need to pull the picture up. I'm gonna sound terrible. I can't remember names right now, like a deer in the headlights. But we had Holly Hawk. Who's my friends from Oklahoma? There's, dang it. Next question. No, I can't remember this stuff, guys. I'm sorry.
No, you're
I can
fine.
see all their faces so vividly. It's just like calling names is incredible.
I'm the same exact way.
Matt would be going, she had blonde hair.
Did you,
her face was shaped like this.
Did you see our episode with Fawn? I'm just curious because we were all over. Couldn't talk for nothing. Couldn't figure it out.
So I've been waiting. Like, I actually been checking for it because I watched Dwayne's show,
Mm-hmm.
or I listened to Dwayne's show, and then I noticed you guys were posting them on YouTube, and I was kind of waiting for Fawn, and I saw that Fawn did post, but I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Oh no,
it's on my list for this week.
Well, it was the red pen, and that was she's an English teacher, so we were just really worried the whole time as far as that goes.
You said
oh no,
but
you don't have to worry about grammar with me. No, you can just as long as the words come out, you're good.
As long as we're getting what we're trying to
just get it across.
Not that, Alan.
See, that worked perfect.
Good example.
I grew up far too close to the Boot Hill of Missouri to care anything about grammar. So,
well, understood. So again, we mentioned. So, is there anything else you want to touch on with your experience in Canada?
Man, I could talk about it for a while, but if I had to put it in a couple sentences, I'd say, in 3D archery, that's the biggest thing you can do. is make the U.S. team and go and represent your country. There's no Olympics for 3D archery. There's no anything bigger than that. There's no like you could go and win any of these tournaments, trad worlds, whatever. They're all great and fine, but like there's no more ultimate peak to the mountain than making the team and going to represent your country and competing against all these shooters from Europe and all these other countries that come and participate. There's like 20 something countries that usually show up. So just a really cool experience and one of the most cultured and coolest things that you'll ever do in archery.
Well, I hope to be able to experience it myself one day. I won't be able to do it this year, but are you going to, what is it?
Kentucky.
It's London, Kentucky.
Yeah.
You coming to London to try out again?
Yeah. So first week of June, like I think it's on like a Tuesday, Wednesday, June 1st, 2nd. We got the trials for this year's team, London, Kentucky. If I'm not there, I'll be in a hospital somewhere. So,
Well, I mean, if we get to be super awesome in the next couple of weeks, I mean, we might just have to.
Well, you are coming to the boot camp.
Yes, we
We
are
are coming to the
Absolutely.
boot camp. So I expect to leave there, Brett. Just saying. But if you saw my gnarly bruise, you might not think that.
Did you?
Yeah. Everybody is going to leave the boot camp better. That's my promise.
Can't
So
wait.
if you come, you're getting better when you leave.
Sounds like a plan.
well,
Matt, wanna?
you had something you wanted to ask, Matt?
Oh, I was just going to mention that he has the jerseys for sale, and
Oh, okay.
For the triple T strings.
Yeah.
So let's go into that. Tell us a little bit about how you started your string company.
Yeah, sure. So Triple T Strings, it actually started out with me many years ago. It's probably like 20 years ago now, just getting frustrated with trying to buy strings. We didn't even have Facebook back then. We kind of just had, and maybe some people did, but I didn't have Facebook. We just had like trad forums. I don't know if you guys, depending on people's age, some people have never even heard of like the stick bow forums. You guys ever been on that forum?
Stick bow,
Yep.
leather wall.
So yes, I mean, stick bow was like all we had. And then, once the Facebook groups got started, then there was a lot more people popping up and you had more options and things like that. But I got super frustrated. There just wasn't, there wasn't very many good strings available. Still today, you buy a string from a department store. Good luck if that thing fits your bow, to be quite frank. I mean, and my company exists out of a need. The need was there just weren't strings that fit properly or performed at the level that I needed them to perform, to do what I want to do with a trad bow. And, the people I shot against had the same problem, and I didn't even have to ask. I could tell by looking at their bows. I mean, you just look at, if you can see a string and be like, ooh, that's kind of nasty from 10 feet away, that guy needs help, right? So, so that's how it started. I just started making them for myself. And then one day a buddy of mine said, hey, will you make me one? And I was extremely hesitant because I had no professional gear to stretch a string or do anything professional with a string. And I was like, man, if I don't have a bow that's the same length as yours, I can't make it because, that's how I made them. I twisted them up and then stretched them out on the bow. I mean, so that's kind of how I got started. And here we are 20 years later, I've got professional equipment and my basement, is full and I'm using 1,000 square feet of my house to build strings. So,
Wow.
and there's a ton of knowledge on your website as well. I was reading it earlier about the 3 different types of bowstrings and everything. It's talking about like the polyester.
Yeah, that post. Yeah, so here's my deal with everything that I do. It's kind of my personality quirk in that I am extremely analytical. I'm an IT person by trade. What I do is fix things, broken things for a living. Usually these broken things are things that people have already attempted to fix and haven't been successful, and then they turn them over to me, right? So I'm dealing with difficult problems all day long. So my mind is set to understand something to the nth degree so that I, have a really good foundation to figure things out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's how I approach everything, whether it be archery or strings. And if I don't have, that deep knowledge about the material, and not even the materials, but the fibers that the materials are made out of, then I don't really understand what I'm doing. And that just kind of bothers me. Right. So,
Right.
I've done a absolute ton of research, and luckily I have a lot of friends in the community who are similar minded. And I'll just call out Cody Greenwood, because I'm sure you guys know who that is. He is even worse than I am as far as like wanting to dig in on stuff. And so
Got to know every bit about
luckily, what even I'm not willing to do, I'll Google for hours on end, but Cody will call up Doug Denton at Hoyt and say, "Hey, talk to me,"
Yeah.
So between him and I, we are a perfect storm of knowledge, and we've just gone kind of nuts on it as far as the learning curve, and we're getting there. I mean, we're kind of figuring this stuff out as it goes.
So, when it comes to a string, what is your preference as far as between endless loop, Flemish, that kind of deal?
You got this, Trevor? You want me to take it? I just read it.
Well, yeah. So let me start by saying that I have done it wrong for longer than any of you. So if I tell you now what I think is the best and you're not using that today, don't feel personally offended if you really like what you're using, because I promise I used the wrong thing for at least twice as long as you did. Okay. So let's start there. And now we're going to backpedal to answer your question.
Okay.
So I have narrowed it down by process of elimination, and I kind of got to talk about a little bit what I talked about on that post. There's 3 basic types of string material, but really, okay. So there's Dacron, that's like what, your B55, the stuff you use for older bows. It's actually polyester fiber materials. Okay.
Okay.
Then there's what people call fast flight. Now, fast flight can be one of 20 possible products on the market. 20 is not an exact number, but there's a lot of them. So when you hear somebody say 8125 or 652 or D97 or Mercury, or I can keep going, right? That's all fast flight. Now, in the fast flight world, there is blended and non-blended materials. So they mix the Dyneema fibers with something that gives it a property that reduces stretch and creep. And that's a technology that was developed for compounds, because if you think about it, when you put a string on a compound bow, that's it.
Yeah.
If you need to do something to that bow, you got to take it back to the bow shop, put it in a bow press, unstring it, change the twist on the string. When you change the twist to make it shorter, you got to redo the peep and all this stuff. So it's a pain, right? So they needed to develop materials that literally would not move once they put them on the bow.
Gotcha.
That's not a technology. So, but blended materials are actually dangerous for our bows in the respect that they reduce the life of the bow considerably. And this was a study that Hoyt did. They took a bunch of their limbs and they used a blended string versus a pure Dyneema string, and they just started dry firing limbs, and they dry fired them 1,000 times each, and they saw how many limbs they had to go through. How many limbs did I have to blow up to get to 1,000 dry fires? And it was significantly less. I'm not going to quote the exact numbers. I don't have the study in front of me, but it was astonishingly less limbs to get to 1,000 shots with the pure Dyneema string. So that's what we should be using. So in that category, you can narrow it down to 3 materials. There's more, but just in the BCY world, you've got your D97, your 8125, and your Mercury. So to me, you need to be using one of those materials. It seems obvious to me that we should be using D97 because it's the most abrasion resistant. It is also the softest of the 3 materials, and it still carries the highest speed of the 3 materials, tied with 8125. So as hunters and traditional archers and 3D shooters who take their bows to the woods or travel with their bows and have it in a case where it could get cut or something rubbed against something sharp, my opinion for fast flight is that D97 is the best of all the properties that make up a good string.
Well, there you go.
Well, I mean,
Wow, that was
very
Yeah,
knowledgeable.
you wasn't kidding when you said you were very analytical.
Yeah.
That's some
So
good
if you want the
information.
breakdown, there it is.
Yeah.
And again, I know some people have the products that they love to use, and there will be rebuttals to say, oh, I have a bow that I've been shooting since the 80s and I've put thousands of shots and I only use blended, and perfectly fine. I'm not saying your bow's going to blow up tomorrow. It's just that in the testing that I've done and that Cody's, I'm not going to speak for Cody, but I get some of my information from Cody. We talk, he helps me, I help him. And we agree on string material and strand count and all of that stuff.
So you've come together and decided that D97 was the way to go. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not alone in that. I mean, there's other builders, I believe, and I don't want to, again, I'm a broken record. I don't want to speak for other people, but I've heard through Cody that, like John's Custom Archery, who I would consider, another really great string maker on the market. I've heard that he really prefers the D97 also. And anybody that's, you take like people like Hoyt or Black Widow or any of your really prominent manufacturers in the trad community, they will all tell you that the only way they're going to warranty their product is if you're using a non-blended material. So again, you're down to those three choices.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I know we've seen your strings on quite a few people's bows here lately, and out on the course, not only on the course, but live on TV.
Right.
So why don't you give us some information about where people can go to find your strings if they are interested in making the purchase or reading up some more on the company and everything that goes with it?
Yeah. So the best place is Facebook. If you don't have Facebook, let me just say it's worth making an account. But if you don't have Facebook, we do have an email address or an Instagram. You can get us on there. We're really social media based.
Yeah.
The heavy weight of a website is kind of a hard burden to carry for a string maker because, frankly, there's just not a lot of profit in this business.
Websites are
not.
They're not cheap.
Yeah, it's a labor of love more than anything. And so, Facebook.com/TTT strings or Instagram, search TTT_strings, I think. And then if you want to email old school, we're at bowhuntmaster@yahoo.com.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, there you go. So you guys got anything else
You want to add?
On this subject?
Yeah.
Nope.
No?
They're ready for the next one. They're ready for the bread and
Yeah,
butter.
we're all excited about the next one.
Still chewing on that string conversation.
They're taking it in.
Well, I think they're more excited about this next one. You want to bring it in?
Nope.
Okay.
I'll do it.
Go ahead.
All right. This is what they're waiting for, Trevor. So, we're super excited about this upcoming event that you have helped put together. But why don't we dive into the 2022 USA Single String Archery Boot Camp that is coming up?
Okay.
We want to know all about it. We're super excited to go. We know a lot of people we recognize are going to be there too. So
I'm really looking forward to meeting everybody who's been on the show this far.
Lee, Fawn, which we've met Fawn, but getting to hang out with Fawn a little more. We've seen her, but we've never actually
shake
hang out or
Trevor's
anything.
hand. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. But tell us what we can expect when getting there.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just start from the top. 2022 USA Single String Boot Camp. So the goal of this whole thing is to open it. It's wide open to anybody who wants to come. Still time to sign up until April 15th. And what it is it's just like it sounds. It's a boot camp for any single string archer, from a guy who has a self bow all the way up to a guy who shoots an Olympic recurve, that wants to come and spend a weekend with the top shooters in the sport and sort of pick their brain and about whatever is plaguing you, or maybe you don't have anything in particular in mind. You just know you want to get better and you want to come and listen to what these guys have to say. A lot of people are going to be there, and that's what we're after. We're going to bring a bunch of people in, and we're going to do our best to help everybody get past whatever hurdles they're on, or just give you the information you need to succeed and go forward. It's really, it's a combination need that's out there. People need some instruction, need good coaching, and more than ever, there's a lot of bad information. There's a lot of keyboard warriors who are, and I'm just going to admit that I used to be a keyboard warrior. I mean, just thinking back 10 years ago in those old forums, I could probably go and search and find posts of mine and just grimace at like what I put out there for people. I mean, and so no one's immune to this, right? I mean, it's just the age that we live in. There's just a ton of bad information out there. And it's hard for me to even read posts sometimes because I just know that people are taking this and they're going and they're working and they're trying to implement these things, and it's really not what you need to succeed. So we're trying to get good quality information out to folks and help them get better at what they do, and keep people in the sport and grow the sport most of all. I mean, we don't like to show up and compete against 5 other people. We'd love to have 50 people there, and we don't care if you're new or whatever, right? So we want to get more people into the sport, whether it be 3D, field, whatever your passion is, indoor shooting, come and learn and, get some information about tournaments and whatever it is you're after. We're here
Absolutely.
to help.
So it's a win-win though, right? So we get to participate and get to experience and get to dive into the knowledgeable aspect of it, but it also benefits the team, correct? The going to Italy this year.
Right. So this is all being backed by the Single String Archery Club, which is a nonprofit, and the donation that you make to attend this boot camp is going to partially or fully, depending on how much money we end up collecting, be used to supplement the cost of the people who make the team this year traveling to Italy, because the tournament is going to be in Terni, Italy this year. So that's a very expensive trip. I don't know if you've looked at airfare recently, but current prices can be up to $2,000 just to fly to Italy.
Wow.
When I went to Canada, you would think Canada's close, so cheaper, right? When I went to Canada in 2019, I was about $5,500 out of pocket for that tournament.
Wow.
People don't understand that if you're an Olympic archer like a Brady Ellison or one of those guys, USA Archery, they fundraise and they pay for those guys lock, stock, and barrel. They don't have an expense to go and shoot and represent their country. But at this level for 3D, there's zero money coming from USA Archery. We don't get anything from them. In fact, they charge us for the jerseys.
Really?
So we're paying $100 and something a jersey. And you have to have several because you're there for many days. So, it's just kind of like, and they actually, to the point, they provide you a host hotel, not financially. They just say, here it is, sign up if you want to stay in what we call the host hotel. But if you don't stay there, for Canada, it was $350 a night. So there was much cheaper options available. They actually penalize you financially for not staying.
Oh, wow.
And you can't participate in the dinners or any of the other stuff that would be provided when you stay in the host hotel. So you actually, even for trying to get by cheaper and organizing something on the side, you're penalized for it. So just so I'm not complaining, but the point is people need to understand this is not a funded trip. People that are going to represent their country, they've worked hard. They make the team, and now they have to figure out this huge financial burden because you're there for 10 days. So you have to take off work for 10 days. And this was the problem that we sat down and wanted to solve, right? So that's how the nonprofit got started. We said, okay, we're not going to leave our best archers at home anymore because they're looking at that going, I don't have $5,000 to $10,000 to spend.
I think we should be proud, even like not the individuals themselves, but us as a country should be proud for those individuals to represent the United States and do everything in our power to get them over there. So I think what's going on here is like, is really great stuff.
That's exactly it. And myself, Fawn, Dwayne, we're all going to try to make the team. And if we don't, I can promise you that we'll be right there still working just as hard to raise money to get this money to the people who make the team and help supplement. Like, we're not going to be able to pay for everything. We're not, anywhere near that. But
Right.
if we could give somebody, a partial airfare voucher or help out with a hotel cost for a night. I mean, it takes a little bit of burden off of folks,
Anything, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and you had mentioned earlier about the need for the strings. I mean, I think there's a need for the boot camp because, I mean, I hate to say it, but, everybody on YouTube just ain't right.
Right.
I mean, I've watched a guy saying that it's okay to dry fire your bow every now and then as long as you don't do it all the time.
I'm gonna let you get that hate mail, not me, buddy.
I just think, there's
yeah.
ample need for this boot camp as well, just like there is for, the particular string and everything else.
Yep.
It is. And the first one that we did 2 years ago was really heavily targeted for people who wanted to try out and make the team because there is a lot to learn there. They shoot a completely different format than we do. The rules, how you shoot, the way the targets are laid out. There's so many different things that you have to know. You think 3D archery until you step into this game and you're just like, oh, that's a totally different game, but there's still 3D animals. That's about the only similarity.
Yeah.
So we had enough to make a boot camp with that. But this time we were like, you know what, that's silly. Why have a boot camp with all these amazing archers and not just pull in everybody of all skill levels and just have a small piece of it be rules and regulations for World Archery, and the rest of the weekend we're going to just do, I don't want to say generic, but it's just something that applies to everybody, right? Even hunters. Like, I know you guys probably got a lot of hunters in the audience of this podcast, and these guys need to know we are also all hunters. I hunt. I know Dwayne and Fawn hunt, and most of the mentors, there's maybe like one or two mentors that just, hunting wasn't a thing or they don't currently hunt. But, we're coming, most of us, from a hunting background, and we still hunt today. And all of this stuff that we've learned about how to be a better target archer has really made us better hunters too. And we're going to share it in a format that even that crowd would appreciate and benefit from.
Awesome.
Hey, did we lose you?
I'm here.
Oh, okay.
It faded out for a second.
Well, I think that's great. You fixing to say?
No, I was just wondering if you could mention some of the mentors that are coming. We know Fawn and Dwayne. Who are the other ones that are going to be there? I mean, I know, but for our audience sake.
Yeah. Give me 2 seconds. I'm pulling up my list.
There you go. Yeah, it's quite a bit. It's quite a large
I'm
list.
gonna be quick here. Okay. So, let me mention, if you want to see any of this information and you do happen to be on Facebook or willing to take 5 minutes to sign up for a quick account, you can go to the group 2022 USA Single String Archery Boot Camp. I know that's a mouthful. And if you join that group, it's a public group. You don't have to answer any weird questions. You can just join. There's a featured section, and you can scroll left to right there, and it has an individual profile on every mentor. So I'll quickly run through them. First up, Friday night, we're going to have Daryl Pace. He's going to speak. He won't be there for the whole weekend, but he is going to speak Friday night, and he is World Archery's Archer of the Century. So if you don't know who that is, look up Daryl Pace.
What time does that kick off Friday night?
So everything kicks off Friday at 6 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's a schedule. I think I shared it with you. Well, it says 6:30. So we're gonna have dinner about 6:30, and then Daryl's gonna speak after everybody kind of consumes some food, right?
Right.
So then just go in no particular order. The mentors we have lined up are Calvin Smock. Joel Turner is going to come and do a hour-and-a-half seminar for the entire group on mental management. And then when we bust into the breakout groups and everybody gets into a small group and partners up with a mentor, we're going to do sort of a rotation, and everybody will be rotating through. And Joel is actually going to participate in that as well, and take people out into the field for some practical application after his seminar. So everybody will get a turn with Joel. Everybody will get a turn with every mentor that I'm about to mention.
Okay.
So Calvin, Joel, Dwayne Martin, Fawn Gerard, John Dimmer, myself, and Mark Hodges. And yeah, that's it. And then I don't think we've released this information yet, but I'm pretty sure.
Hang on.
We're gonna,
hang on.
Yeah, here you go.
Hearing it here.
Yeah.
Breaking on breaking
There we
thread.
go. Breaking on breaking thread. All right.
I'm not even sure the people that are involved know because I haven't asked them yet. But,
Surprise.
We have several unnamed parties that are working in the background to help us make this all possible. Amazing volunteers, and two of those volunteers are, and you may know them if you're in the community at all. It's Karen and Michael Holson, and they are both NTS level 4 coaches. So they expressed an interest in helping people figure out like some exercises and stretching routines that you can couple with your archery that really helps out, help improve, some muscle groups and some stability things. So I think we're going to pull them in as kind of a tag team mentor and rotate people through them as well. So that's a piece that we just put together in the last couple of days. And like I said, I don't even think anybody's reached out to them to tell them this yet. So if you're listening, guys, we're going to need some help. So yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, and Brittany, you help me out here, but when this episode drops, we're 1 week out.
Yes.
So we've got a week. So hopefully they'll hear by then. Yeah.
Yeah. But by then we should have reached out and got everything squared away. Yeah. So yeah, just as far as how the weekend's going to go, Friday's, just going to be the dinner and Daryl, and then we're going to break for the evening. There is free camping on site. There's a campground right down the street. There are a few restaurants up the road if anybody wants to go into town and have some food. Saturday is going to be all day. We get the hour and a half with Joel, and then we start rotating through the mentors. We're going to have a trade blanket. So everybody bring any equipment you want to sell or gear you want to sell or anything that could be closely related to traditional archery, bring it. And we're going to lay it all out and see who wants to swap or buy or whatever. And then at the end of the day, we're going to kind of release everybody to do their own thing that night. So if you want to go out with new friends to dinner, or if you want to jump into the woods, we're going to have an open 3D shoot until dark. And then Sunday morning, we're going to get up and hit it again until lunchtime, and we're all going to go home better, hopefully.
Right. That's the goal.
Well, so I think we're getting close to time. Yeah. So let's just recap real quick. So, if you want to participate, how do they pay for their opportunity to participate in this U.S. boot camp? So
there is a link on, if you go on the event, and again, this is another thing you could search on Facebook if you're on there. There's an event for the 2022 USA Single String Archery Boot Camp. If you search that in the instructions, there is a link to our PayPal, and you'll submit. It lists everything, how much it is. It's $125 to participate. You'll submit that donation, and then basically I get an email that says this person just sent you some money, and that's it. We're not doing anything more formal than that. You pay, you show up. That's it, right?
Okay.
And we'll check your name at the door or whatever. And then if you don't have that, if you don't have Facebook, you can email us at singlestringarcheryclub, all one word, @gmail.com. And I will email you back with the link to PayPal to donate your funds.
Okay, great.
And really quick, if somebody is interested in donating to the USA Single String team or the team, whatever, can they just donate via that Facebook link or that PayPal link? Okay.
So I know all these names are, I have something a little better than that.
Okay. I
know all these names are kind of similar, but the nonprofit is called the Single String Archery Club. Okay. So if you search that on Facebook, you will find an organization page for that business. And on that page, you will see, I just posted today, actually, a QR code. And all you have to do is, as long as you've got a camera, smartphone that was made in the last 10 years, just hold your camera up there on the screen, on your computer screen, and it will take you straight to the donate page, and you can submit any dollar amount. $1 million would be nice. No, $5, $10, whatever you got. And you'll be helping out the archers, get to where they need to be and feel a little better about their experience and not come home so broke, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
So you gonna put that
Right.
on the Facebook page? Huh?
I'm linking.
It's on. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, he was. I'm linking and posting your the group and just making sure I have all that information on our page as well, so anybody
Yeah.
listening can find it there as well. Just making sure I've
Yeah.
got it all covered.
And I can send you like not a QR code. I can send you the hard link to that
Yeah.
donate if you want that as
Of
well.
course.
Yeah,
Send
come
it
on,
over.
get it
out for folks.
We'll get it
I
out
don't want
there.
to say it out. You know, it's just a bunch of characters and letters, so it'd be better if
Right.
people go to your page and find
Of
it, or our
course.
page and find it.
Right. So again, Triple T. That's Triple T Strings on Facebook.com.
Yep. Facebook.com/TTT strings or TTT_strings on Instagram.
Okay.
I prefer Facebook if you have both, or
Right.
you can email us at bowhuntmaster@yahoo.com.
All right. And then the U.S. Single String Boot Camp, that page, make sure you go check that out.
It's a group. Yeah, it'll be a group on Facebook, and then they've got the event page too. They created the event page.
Or if any of that confuses you, singlestringarcheryclub@gmail.com.
Straight
Exactly.
email.
There you go.
Well, Trevor, it's been really awesome, man. I really appreciate you coming on and talking to us. I think we're all I'm extremely excited.
This has been the longest month ever.
It has. Or like, is March over yet? When is
Well, guys,
April?
we're gonna have a good time for sure.
Yeah, we can't wait.
We got a lot of people coming. I think participant wise, we're looking at about 100 folks.
That's great.
We haven't announced that either, so that's another first. So you guys are getting that exclusive
Sweet.
information.
Hey,
breaking track.
hopefully by the time this episode drops, maybe it'll double. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we'll build it a little bit. You just keep on building.
Yeah. Well, we'll just keep coming back and making it bigger every year, and
Exactly.
before you know it, it'll be like guitar.
It'll be a huge thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, all right, Trevor, thanks, man. Again, I really appreciate it.
All right, thank you guys.
All right,
Thanks,
we'll,
Trevor.
We'll talk to you later, man. Thanks. Bye.
Bye, Trevor. All right. Well, now it's the time of the show where we're going to list off some of the upcoming shoots and give you a little heads up. We're going to go about a month or so in on the ones that we know about. And if we don't list yours, please let us know. Send it to us on our Facebook page or our email, breakingtradpodcast@gmail.com. But I first want to start off with mentioning that the last day to sign up for the 22 USA Single String Archery Boot Camp is April 15th. It will be held April 22nd through the 24th at Clinton County Farmers and Sportsmen's Association in Wilmington, Ohio. You definitely don't want to miss out on this. They have several mentors lined up, including Dwayne Martin, Fawn, everybody knows Fawn, Gerard, both of which we have had on this podcast. And then we just had Trevor. He's also a director along with those other two. You want to be there. Be there, be square.
Yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and move on into the shoots. We've got the South Georgia Traditional and Primitive Skills in Ellaville, Georgia. Those guys are going to hold their shoots every second Saturday of the month now until or through August.
All right. Give me just a second. I'm trying to pull this one up. It was a one that was sent to us on our Facebook page. But it is, let's see. It is going to be the Whiskey City Traditional Archers. They are going to hold a shoot on April 17th and May 15th. It's 3D shoots. They're held at Schneider Farm, located in North Million, Indiana. Traditional equipment only at this one, but you can go find their flyer on our Facebook page as well.
All right. And then we will have the BHA will have their Heritage Archery Club hosting here in Coleman, Alabama, April the 23rd through the 24th.
And while we're on the Heritage Archery Club, I just want to make sure everybody knows that the Bow Up Against Breast Cancer is going to be held on May 21st through the 22nd. I know I'm kind of jumping a little bit there, but it's a great shoot for a great cause. We want as many people out there to get those numbers up. They donate a lot of money to Breast Cancer Research Foundation, so make sure you're there.
All right, then we've got April 23rd Buck Hollow Open Shoot that is Saturday only. It's located in Dixon, Tennessee.
Right. And then Reinhardt 100 at the farm. That one's going to be located in New Albany, Indiana, April 29th through May 1st.
All right. Tennessee Classic at Twin Oaks Bow Hunters. You don't want to miss that Pappy Burger.
Got to get the Pappy Burger.
You got to get the Pappy Burger. That is April the 29th through May the 1st. That is located in Chapmansboro, Tennessee. They have got a lot of things going on this weekend. I'm sorry, I keep moving away from the microphone. They've got a lot of things going on then. On Thursday the 28th, 12 a.m. 12 a.m. Okay. Registration in the main range will open.
Pappy's going to be really mad. Somebody shows up there at midnight. I don't know if he wants y'all to be there at midnight.
Maybe let's go with noon.
Noon sounds good.
Just to be safe. Nobody wants to get shot shooting in the dark. Friday the 29th, they're going to have breakfast concessions. The main range opens at 7 a.m. Lunch concessions open at 10. Trade blanket at 5. Team skirmish at 6. And at 7 p.m., we're going to have a toilet bowl challenge nap off. We don't know what it is, but we're going to be there for it.
I'm very excited to find out what that is.
Saturday the 30th, it's 6 a.m. breakfast, 7 a.m. main range opens, 10 a.m. lunch, 3 p.m. range cards for competition need to be turned in. 3 p.m. there will be a raffle drawing. 4 p.m. competition award ceremony. 5:30 dishes for potluck to kitchen. And 6 p.m. is the potluck dinner. And then Sunday, 7 a.m. the main range will open. 9 a.m. they will have a church service. 9:30 is the self-bow challenge scorecards need to be turned in. And 10 a.m. self-bow challenge awards ceremony. Did I miss the... oh, never mind. Just kidding. Okay. That's all for that one. But it sounds like a great event. We've been there. But we're just really excited about the toilet bowl challenge and apple.
All right. Moving on. Now, the Alma Rod and Gun Club 3D Traditional Only Shoot, April 30th through May 1st. That one's located in Alma, Wisconsin.
And May 7th, BHA of Jefferson County will be hosting an ASA qualifier at the Cornerstone Ranch in Mount Olive, Alabama.
All right. Baltimore Bowman Traditional Classic, May 13th through the 15th. That one's held in Glen Arm, Maryland.
And IBO Chester Classic, May 13th through the 15th at Chester, Texas.
And please forgive me if I butcher this, but Huaco
sounds good to me.
Huaco Bowman Archery Club, Waco, Texas. Y'all can get mad at me, David, if I butchered that. I apologize. But that one is going to be April 16th as well, and it's they're also going to have an ASA shoot held there May 14th and 15th. You can find that flyer on our Facebook page.
All right, Reinhardt 100 at Central Arizona Bow Hunters Association in Casa Grande, Arizona.
All right, and a Tennessee ASA qualifier at Buck Hollow Bow Hunters on May 14th only, just one day.
And then Kentucky Traditional Bow Hunters Fun Shoot May 14th only.
All right, then we have the Hollow Bend Bow Hunters Association. This one, that's going to be, looks like April 16th. They're going to have a club shoot, and it's also going to have one on May 7th. Let's see. That's in Russellville, Arkansas. I was like, I know that was in Arkansas somewhere. Just wanted to make sure I had it right.
All right. So I guess that does it for the shoots.
I think so.
Yeah. I stepped out while you guys were doing it. So how far did it get us? To the end of April?
Mid-May.
Mid-May?
Mid-May. Yep.
Okay.
So anything coming up between the very last weekend of April through the end of May, send those shoots in.
There we go. All right. Solid. Trevor, too. Trevor was...
yep.
Yeah.
It was an easy interview.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
Went
that.
very smoothly.
When he started talking about strings, though, I was really struggling to keep up just because he was so,
very
He's
like
very
thorough.
very specific.
Yeah.
So,
But it's very cool, though, because
He knows what he's talking
knows
about.
Exactly.
what he's talking about. Yeah.
and I have no
Very confident.
I am
in the knowledge.
100% grateful that he puts his name at the bottom of the breaking trad.
Yeah.
You know. What did we call that? What is that called?
Banner.
Yes, on the banner.
On the
On the
banner.
banner. And what's the other thing on the podcast, Matt? The picture.
Thumbnail?
Yes, the
The
thumbnail.
thumbnail. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go.
But so I guess that's it for this week's episode.
That's
Mhm.
it.
Yeah. Everybody happy?
Yeah.
Everybody hungry?
I want some
Yes,
Mexican
let's
and
go.
margaritas.
It's 7:54.
I know they close. We gotta go.
All right, guys, whose turn is it?
Yours.
Is it really?
Again?
No, he did it
No.
last time.
Oh, that makes it your turn.
It's your turn, man.
Do it.
I've already done it.
That makes,
Hey,
On
it's my
three.
birthday. I
Oh,
got
yeah.
It's
it.
back to one of y'all now.
Yeah.
It's me. It's my birthday.
There we go.
All right, Matt, roll that outro.
so we can eat.
Guys, we're glad you could join us for this week's episode of Breaking Trad. We hope you had as much fun as we did.
You can catch the show on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts.
You can contact us at breakingtradpodcast@gmail.com or on Facebook at breakingtradal and on Instagram at breaking_trad. And don't forget to check out our YouTube channel.
Remember to subscribe and follow us. That way you'll get notifications every time we drop a new episode.
Join us next week, and remember,
Make every shot count.